Wow, we just made it in time. All right, I'll do this second take. Take two. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff going on this week, so we moved it to Wednesday. We had to start a little bit later. Normally we start at 7. All right, tournament. Let's get the link. Can we get the link? Asprey, thank you. Good to see you, by the way. Manually unpinned at end of stream. Okay, so hosting a Rapid Swiss for 7 rounds, 10 plus 3, starting in a few minutes. What do we got here? Where is it? Profile there. Okay. Pawnda Horses. Title Hunter wants to join the team. Title Hunter, you have only bullet games, bro. You're supposed to have 100 games non-bullet. I don't know. Title Hunter, you can only be accepted in the team if you promise you're not going to play rapid chess like it's bullet. We will keep you to this. If we find you playing bullet chess in the rapid tournaments, we'll remove you from the team. You just have like 300 games. All right. You can play 300 bullet games in one day. I'm going to make an exception. Morphe was probably the greatest genius of them all, Bobby Fischer. Yeah. You call yourself Title Hunter, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it real pleasing to people to want to like let you in the team. I want to be hunted. Alright guys, so I'm here. We made it. I don't have any coffee though, which is really bad. It just occurred to me. I knew something was missing, and that's what it is. I didn't have time to make the coffee. And I only have 3 minutes between rounds, so that's not going to be enough to make coffee in between rounds. Unless I drink some kind of... Maybe I can drink some kind of like horrible... I have some kind of horrible... actually, we only have 2 minutes. I could probably run down and make like a horrible... like powdered coffee. I think there's some powdered coffee mix. That would take like 2 minutes to make. Probably better than nothing. But I'm going to have to wait till after round 1. Okay, so this is a Swiss. Please don't withdraw. If you have to withdraw, withdraw. Please don't just leave, is what I'm trying to say. I'm afraid we're going to start with not many players because there wasn't enough time between the stream start and the tournament itself. Maybe I should delay it by 5 minutes. We could do that. I have the right to do what I want, right? Can I change the time? We can change the time. Change start time. 5 minutes. Alright, we're changing the start time. We're delaying this by 5 minutes. That's it. My word is final. Guys, we're starting in 5 minutes. I'm going to make coffee. fake coffee is made. Do we need to send out a message? How much time do we have? 2 minutes. Alright. Last call message. A last call message to everybody here. Okay, message all members. Last call. Minuters. I can't get used to this new keyboard. Last Miles is rating with a party of 60. Come on. Thank you, Last Miles. 60. Where'd you get those guys? Where'd you get all those people? My God. You're rating with a party of 60. Mr. Coffee. You find all these people. Tell them to join our team. We're going to need some requests to join the team. I just opened a second. What did I just do? Gathering of Geeks. They didn't come over. You lost them. We lost them. I have 9 viewers. Oh well. It's the thought that counts. They probably left. Oh man, it's hot in here now. Alright. I'm ready to go. Whoa. My tournament, yeah, it's a Swiss. I have like 30 seconds to go. Oh, there we are. It just started. So I'm playing aimbot. Good luck, aimbot. Alright, it's a bit hot in here. This coffee's... The fake coffee. I got fake coffee. We're playing aimbot. I don't know if aimbot is here. Hello. Geeks probably know what an aimbot is. Alright. So. Don't know if my opponent is here. Hello everyone. Reduce. Johnny Watch Thomas. I'm going to fetch food and watch. Okay. Thanks for the raiders. They are here. Looks like about 30 of them. Nice. My Twitch count updates very slowly. You raided with 60 people and it took it like 2 minutes to register. Looks like we got about 25. So this player is not here. They had just registered in the last day or so. But this is a danger. People won't show up. Yeah. I don't trust the Twitch interface. I twas. Yeah, we're at 35 viewers now. Thank you. Thanks to Last Miles. Unfortunately, our opponent is not here, which sucks. Yeah, this player has been a little odd. They left during the last tournament and came back. Strangely, like forfeiting a game or something. Alright, Pawnda August Rapid. Let me go back to the team. Link, no, leave, no. Open window. Open link, new window. Okay, you are playing your game, I know, but my game doesn't exist. Miles Zamizmek is playing against Title Hunter. Be careful with Title Hunter. Title Hunter is playing Bishop takes f7 check. One of those Pierce type things with Bishop f7 check. Reduce to playing Impure King, and Coach 100 playing Adi. Asterby, you already got a win? How did you do that? You got a buy? Alright, we have requests to join the team. Well, this player has no games. I can't do that. You know, no games. Sorry, I can't accept somebody with no games. That's not going to fly. Unfortunately, I have to decline your request. You're supposed to have 100 bullet games. I've got to decline. You're welcome to join the team, but you have to have some games, some rated games to join. Alright, so they're here. My opponent is here, playing Aliakin's defense. They're just a little bit late. That's fine. Alright. Oh, maybe we played this before? Last time? Let's try something different. What did I do last time? Exchange variation? What do you mean you can't see my board? I see my board. Mr. Coffee, calm down. Calm down. Just calm down. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. Just relax. Try not to stress. You will see the board, I assure you. E takes d4. 6, whatever. So I played this previously. I think against the same opponent. But I told them the secret line. So I can't play the same line twice. Mr. Coffee's always panicking. So I had this with Shabalov with black. Many, many years ago. The secret Shabalov line. If the guy's from Latvia and he studied with Bagirov and Tal, probably knows a little bit about Aliakin's defense. It's only showing after e4. Ah, now that's a different story. Why didn't you tell me that? It's not updating. Now that you're right about. Don't panic, but panic. Oh no. There it is. Alright. Thank you, Mr. Coffee, for not panicking. Knight to d7. So that's a move I never considered. But why the heck not? Not a bad idea. When in doubt, move another knight. Okay? Yeah, when I faced d5, I have to admit this idea never occurred to me to play knight d7. How bad is it, really? Maybe it's not so bad. Creative solution. Well, alright. Here we are. Still, nevertheless, black's knight on b6 is bad. That's a bad hombre on b6. Black will attempt to put more pressure on my... I'm assuming they're going to attempt to put more pressure on my pawn. Is bishop g4 a thing? It probably is. I'd rather prevent that. So h3 now. And bishop d3. When in doubt, get out. Wow. Black's playing bullet. Might want to think about your moves from time to time. Just saying. King h8. How's Black going to protect that pawn? I see. Too much bullet chess. Makes Jack a dull boy. Of course, knight h4 is an option as well. That's pretty insane, you know. So now Black playing 94. How does this work? Black is in insane mode. Ten plus 3. Why so insane? This is the problem. I mean, I'm talking about it in poker and chess all the time. Why are people so crazy? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, the level of, like, over-aggression is really kind of out of control. In gaming in general, players are too aggressive. Oh, man. This is going to hurt. It's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. Okay, I have rook h4. Young man. Let's be careful about this, though. You know, rook h4, f5. Rook h4, f5. You're the one that decided to, like, you know, do crazy stuff. I mean, b3 is a sensible move. No? I think it is. Speaking of not doing crazy stuff, rook h4, get excited, play the move f5. You did f5 anyway. Good. So if I play rook h4, you have bishop f6, and then I play rook h5 anyway. Because I'm not, it's not obligé, as we say. Oof, I have some good moves. Maybe even bishop e2. Yeah, this is... It's sad. Too out of control. You need more self-control. Like, you're too all or nothing, you know? Do you play like this against everybody? You can play the Aliakin's defense, but you don't have to play like a maniac, you know? It's like black's most aggressive defense, the e4, arguably. But it doesn't mean you have to play like a maniac. You can play in a controlled way with black. You know? Just doesn't stop. Queen g7? Nah, it's not going to work. It's not great. Now there's a one-move threat coming my way. Man, this is like... e7, rook g8. Let me guess. Rook g8. Still the knight on b6 can't move. It has a8 though. Look. Look, your knight can go to a8. Once... Well, you can't believe everything. It's like fake news, man. You know? Do you believe every kind of story that you read? Wouldn't it be important to, like, remember who said that? Like, was it just a random guy? Or actually someone who knows what they're talking about? Disinformation is big. I'm going to play g3. But you don't remember their name, interestingly. They're just GM. Those are their initials. Yeah. No. This sounds like an Uber driver story of some kind. Fred said... Oh no. I don't want to sack... Alright. Whatever. Uber drivers constantly talking about Fred, you know, Frank, all these things. You're going to need to be more scientific than that. I think I heard once that a Grandmaster said you're supposed to attack all the time. That's retarded, you know. It's not a scientific way of approaching chess. Bishop takes f6 check. Our opponent is clearly playing too much bullet. All the hallmarks. Rook h6. Oh God, I don't know where to start. Rook h6, rook h7. Rook h7 doesn't work. This is really kind of painful. Rook h6. Yeah. But I mean, in a lot of cases, it's not necessarily intentional, you know, the propaganda. It doesn't have to be intentional. Obviously. The point is, like, you know, you're just believing whatever random people say. Because random people said it. But I'm trying to explain something here. And that's really the point. The point is, there's a scale of 1 to 10 how aggressive players are. Being more aggressive isn't better. There's obviously some in-between point that we should try to reach. You shouldn't play too passive either, you know, but I'm trying to tell you that my experience is that 8 out of 10 players are more aggressive than they should be, to the point where they're like reckless, you know. So don't come to me with the Grandmaster X said you should be always play the most aggressive move or whatever. That's, he must be like a 12-year-old or something, you know, with no idea how to teach people chess. Or at least he's playing a different planet than I've ever been to, because 99% of the people that I play lose because they're too reckless. The lower level you go, the worse it gets. But we see it even at a fairly high level, to be honest. That knight never moved. Segin is like poor in Hungarian. It never moved. Also, well, it's a Swiss now, so resigning is purely optional. But congratulations on your knight moving. If this was an arena, though, you should absolutely resign here. I mean, you should probably resign anyway, just out of respect for your opponent. I mean, I can't even see mate in 2, so... Actually, that isn't mate in 2. It wasn't mate in 2, okay. You know, actually, an interesting move, though, was played in the game. The opening, d5, knight 8, d7. Sorry. Knight 8, d7. This was actually played by Hikaru in a game in 2007. Alright. So, we got another request join the team. Sackrook. Oh, this is the last one I remember. No relation to Sack Draw. Alright, good game by me. You're playing, join the game. Oh, that's out of date. Okay, it's a Swiss. There's still a game going between Reduce and Reuse and Impure King. Let's see. Interesting position. Wow, white's up a couple pawns. But the white king is in the middle of the board. We're going to guess, actually, I don't know what opening this was. It wasn't a Sveshnikov. It must have been something with the queen pawn. You made half a dozen moves with mate in 2 and mate in 3. So I can often not even find a mate when it's right there. I thought I was mating in 2. When you're winning by such a large margin like that, it's easy to lose, focus. Right. Color in the lines. Well, I don't think Morozevich is like a maniac. I think he's a very, players like Dubov. It's a very kind of romantic. People also have these romantic ideas about Tal, but at the same time, Tal played tons of actually very conventional games. Nobody talks about that. Oh, Tal, oh yeah, he sacrificed 5 pieces every game. The fact of the matter is the guy played a lot of very routine games too. It's the exception, not the rule, You play like flashy sacrifices and stuff like that. It's a typical it's related to disposable society. We want immediate gratification. Every single game we have to be able to play some kind of exciting Tal-like sacrifice. But that's not what I'm talking about, just that. It's just generally players are all attack and no defense, They only care about what cards they have. It's all the time. Impure King getting flagged here. But remember, there's a 3-second increment for a reason. Impure King. It's one thing to be careful, but you have to be kind of rational here about this time situation. On the other hand, Redusa is down 2 pawns, has the initiative. But also has a safer king. I think the players also don't understand that first you have to be good before you can be fast. This is a rule that I learned in Harvard Square back in the 90s. Even before that, really. But I felt playing a lot of Blitz for money, you ran into a lot of people who they didn't seem to understand that you have to be fast. You have to be good before you can be fast. So they try to play fast, but they're not very good. And being fast without being good is sort of it's really not very useful. Bad and fast doesn't cut it. I'd rather be good and slow than bad and fast. Any day. Good and slow is better than bad and fast. The Redusa is also another one that's all about just fast. He's getting better, but too much focus on fast. As we see a checkmate on the board. Yeah, but if you look at this board, did he have it under control all the way? Because I'm not so sure. When I came to this board, was black necessarily winning? Let's take a quick look. Wow. White was even okay as late as move 27. See? This is what I'm talking about. Too much focus on fast. Okay, when did we come to the game? Right about move 23. Black, actually we came when black went on to win. But yeah. Not actually an accurate game by black. And this time control, we should be using our time. But Reduce is not one to listen in that respect. Okay, Coach 100 beating a 2200. So that's only a 500 point upset. Coach 100. 500 point upset. Let's take a look at this quickly. How much time till the next round, actually? Alright, a minute. So let's see this 500 point upset. He made 2 mistakes you know, and 1 inaccuracy in the whole game. Dude, that's kind of concerning. Who is Coach 100? Okay, it's the Scotch line. Oof. That's kind of a creepy game, bro. He actually had Queen H5 the move before. But whatever. Not going to draw any conclusions. The one Scotch 4 Knights. If black doesn't know what they're doing, I mean, they can lose, yeah. They can lose very easily. Machine Gun Kelly is here. Alpha Alpha. Yeroon. Ruslan Bear. Oh no. What's that game? Spurnster. Impure King is blocked, but I don't remember why. Probably from... Most people get blocked by me because they like left a simul without finishing their game. That's the most number one reason. The most number one reason for me to block people on Lichess. By the way, there's a new mobile. The new mobile app is out for Android. So it looks pretty good. Different, you know. Gonna have to get used to it. Round 2 started. Acerbate. 7-round Swiss, guys. Acerbate, I won a good fight. Nothing below the belt. No resigning prematurely. Give him a different look. You know, I don't know if I've ever played b5. Bam! Counter-attacking. You're sacrificing your central pawn? This isn't the Queen's Gambit. Alright. Play along. I beat Kushnar Shandor. The only time I ever played this. He's a good player. He's back. Back in Hungary. Knight c3. How about your center? Not important. Let's be principled. I'm going to be principled here. Okay. Now what do? Just keep being principled. But thanks for the extra pawn. You know, he didn't really think too long on c4. Acerbate's impulsivity is a huge issue. See, he doesn't have this problem that he's overly aggressive as much as he's just impulsive. It's a different thing. A different kind of flaw. We all have flaws. If you can identify your flaws, you can become a better player. That's the point. Alright. So I'm a clear pawn up with black after 8 moves. I'll take it. Not bad for the Polish. Polish defense. On the other hand, Acerbate does play too fast. Not necessarily because he's trying to be too aggressive, though. His level of aggression is okay. I think it's good. It's in a good place. But, you know, you want to be like a 7 or an 8, not like a 9 or a 10. But at the same time, he plays recklessly fast. I think he just doesn't look at the clock at all. Queen c2. Are you looking at my pawn there? You have some intentions or designs? You have designs on my pawn on c5? Have a good day. I'm gonna move along. Last miles. Okay, thank you for the raid. Alright, this is a good setup. Nice setup, but you're down a pawn. An important pawn at that. So it's It's not enough to have a good setup if you're just down at central pawn. Acerbate is screwed. But I want to point out that he is coordinating his pieces correctly here. It looks like a Blumenfeld where I'm not down a pawn, I'm up a pawn. So if I play e5, what is white going to do? He better find a good move fast. Let's just say that. We'll give him the challenge and see what happens. Good morning. Have a good afternoon. Alright guys, I'm a little foggy headed. I was working and I was up late last night and I didn't really have a lot of time to prepare for this. So here I am. Just kind of playing oh, camera. Hello camera, why are you blurry? Wait, that's the wrong camera. Shit. Wrong camera. Alright. Properties. I feel blurry. There we go. Feel blurry. Might be my eyes. Oh no, look at that square. Oftentimes when this kind of structure arises, you have to be able to play e4 to blockade, but it would require a mega calculation by white to try to pull that off. This is just a total disaster. The ultimate Blumenfeld gambit. It's not a Blumenfeld, but it looks like one. Oof. I mean, you think about the opening, right? When I play the Polish defense against knight of 3, white plays c4 now, you're not only allowing me, you're encouraging me to take toward the center. Now, premature resignation. Kelly M had a half point late by, and they're going to join the tournament. Now, is Coach wrecking someone else? Or have they come down to reality? Bishop takes a3. What's that? Bishop takes a3, rook a1 was played. Coach 100. Who's Coach 100? Does anyone remember? There's 1700 across the board. No games with me. I haven't played them. We have a request to join the team. Jim DeWitt. Accepted. As long as you guys have 100 games, you're welcome to join. My eyes are blurry anyway. I can't tell the difference. Okay, bishop e4. Black's rook is hanging. So he loses an exchange. It's move 20. You know, what's the average game, by the way? Your daughter is giving a goat haircut. Now, that could be construed two different ways. Your daughter is giving a haircut to a goat, or there's a kind of haircut that resembles a goat. It's like a goat-style haircut she gives to other people, to actual people. I saw this video today of some beach in Greece and like a touristic destination where a goat went off and like started like just terrorizing people on the beach. I mean, seagulls are bad enough, like they steal your pizza and shit, but this goat was like, it was let loose on the beach and it just started like stealing everybody's food and they were like scared of it. I hope all is well with you, Uber driver. The fair, I missed the fair in Barnstable County. My old favorite. That was my fair. Ah, Uber driver. The Barnstable County Fair. Yeah, they used to have goats. Goat, sheep. Whatever. Yep. The animal tent. So, yeah, I lived in Barnstable County for a while. Pawnda, August Rapid. So anyway, I lost my my train of thought here. Now. Don't remember, but Coach 100 doesn't really play like he's 1700. It's a little disturbing. I think that Redusa better be careful. Best be careful. You can't be, the old saying is like, you can't be too careful. You know, don't assume this is 1700 because he doesn't play like one. He already beat a 2200 in the first round. He did drop an exchange in this game, but that bishop on b7 is a monster. It's kind of actually strange that Black is thinking about this move. He has two options. Actually three options, but really only one. But always good to think about your options. It's true. I'm not going to criticize anyone for thinking. It's a rare thing today. Uber driver knows. You've already been mentioned today. Because Fred said... Right, says Fred. What was that? What was that band's name? White's going to have to develop some defensive skills right about now. That's fine. Can be done. It's about time you develop some defensive skills here. Because if you don't, you could easily lose. Even up the exchange with that white square coordination that Black has. But again, we're following Coach 100 for the second time. I had a very short game against Acerbate. Fred Wilson. Oh, oddly enough, there was a guy registered for the World Senior named Fred something Wilson, and I thought, holy shit. I thought it was like the Fred Wilson from the Marshall, the bookseller. Or, you know, from New York City. He's not actually, he used to come to the Marshall sometimes, but Fred Wilson is a master, well, he was Master Strength. One of the premier booksellers of chess books in New York City, and he used to play in the Bankers League and like nothing else. But he's just some other random guy that just happens to be named Fred Wilson. It's really funny. I think it said his membership, his USCF membership was suspended or something. Ironically. You don't have to, I'm not a USCF member. I mean, fuck that. You know, I hate the USCF. Mr. Coffee, don't renew my membership on me, okay? But I was disappointed, because Fred is an interesting guy, you know. I wouldn't mind talking to him or something like that. He knows a lot about chess history and be a wonderful person to see, you know. But you got random Fred Wilson who's been like banned from USCF tournaments instead. I guess he's doing like playing in the World Senior? Oh yeah, because you've been banned from the USCF? Okay. Gariev, if he was old enough, would probably play. He's probably getting up there. 45. Crazy. Timur Gariev must be in his 40s. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, thinking of people who've been like banned by USCF. Queen F5. Cancel culture. Oh, I learned another interesting thing this week that I didn't know. You know, I know some things, but I don't know everything. You know, Upertrier, you might have known this, but did you know that we share the same alma mater with Howard Stern? I did not, and I was never aware of the fact that Howard Stern graduated from Boston University School of Communications. It's interesting stuff, you know. Yeah, I had no idea. And in fact, he started his radio career like some sort of like BU related School of Communication stuff back in the 70s, I guess. Weird. He went to the College of Basic Studies. Imagine that. He was probably a crappy student. You know, I had a roommate like this. Couldn't really get into proper because he was taking drugs and you don't recognize BU? Yeah. Well, I've been there to visit a few times. I know that he should have taken lessons with me because we're both BU grads, but I didn't know. Alright, so Rook C7. Queen D1 was a good move, by the way. That's like White's best move. Notice, like, you can't play Queen E2 because you get hit by Knight H4. Well, you could, but it's very dangerous. So, Queen D1 was an excellent defensive move by Reduce Sensei. But regardless, Coach 100 remains suspicious. They remain a suspicious player. Here again. 1765. If they continue to play computer-like games, we're gonna have to put some kind of investigation on them. But Redusa is still got very difficult conversion here. That bishop, the light square bishop, is so strong it's basically a rook. It's not clear that White is even better. And he actually has more time against the super fast Reduce. Now there's a tactical move, Queen A4, threatening Queen E8. Which is an issue. I'm afraid that we might end up seeing Black have to play the old Knight H8. So, that looks awkward. Bishop F8, Queen E8. You can't play Queen F5 because of Rook takes B7, so you have to play Knight H8. It's never too late for Knight H8. But first off, Black has to do something about their bishop. What about alternatives? Maybe Bishop E7? Oh, Bishop E7. No, there's Bishop E7, Rook E7, Knight E7, Queen E8 check. Wins 2 pieces for the Rook. That's an easy win. So Bishop E7 doesn't work. Queen A4 is a really nasty move. Queen B1 check doesn't do anything, or does it? Queen B1 check. Oh, Queen B1 check is an option. Now, okay. Now there's a double attack. Oh no. Oh no. So Queen E8 wasn't the main problem. It was like a subset. Well, it's good to see Reducer using his time this game. kind of should have played knight h8 probably, but that's really sad. You're down a piece and you're playing knight h8. You're probably lost anyway. I don't think you can come back from this. Okay, he's losing f7. Now he's a pawn and... Alright. Pawn and endocrine. Pawn and exchange down. Bishop h6 doesn't quite work. Yeah, well, it's nice, but it's not a big deal, Uber driver. The queen is on f3 now. How does this work? Oh, the bishop's loose. So h4. So queen b1 check, it's okay because the queen will just take on f3 if black gives up the bishop. There might have been some position where you could play it, but in the previous position, like, there was some queen b1 check, rook c1. If it had been played in a previous iteration, it would have been some rook c1 sometimes. White's been winning, it looks like, but not that easy. Okay, what other games though? I got too obsessed with this game. It's the only game. Okay, well, okay. It's the only game remaining now, so we'll continue here. Okay, h4. It's a crafty move. Threatening h5. Black knight is holding f8. So this move stops h5. Well, let's say it discourages h5. Another nice move. Does black actually have a threat? Well, b5, b4, b3. Black's coordination is impressive. You know, I can't rave enough about Coach 100. I don't trust anybody who's 1700 in the name Coach something. I'll just be honest. Like, that's dangerous. Never trust a 1700 coach. I don't mean anything, you know, to those of you who are 1700, but... Okay, rook c8. Feels like black should have something here. White's simply threatening rook f8, knight f8, queen f8. Black's running out of gas. b4, b5. b5 is a little too slow now. Took the pawn. How does that work? Hint, it doesn't. Well, even if Coach isn't suspicious, I'm impressed by his style of play, which seems pretty good. He legit seems better than 1700. But it looks like reduces too much for him. What's going on here? I don't understand. Yeah, well, why did it take White so many moves? He's usually so quick. Now it's over. That's not a good choice. We just do f3. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, White's up a rook now, so everything wins. Okay, all right. So titled Hunter in second place. No, Redusa in second place. So I'm tied. There's only two of us with 2 points. It's not too late to join, guys. What's up, Dragonfly Hunter? We have 19 players. Redusa, Title Hunter, Miles with 1.5, Kelly M, Asterbait got himself a full point buy. AIM, Coach 100, Trip Chance. Oh no, Dr. Trip Chance is here to spoilerize us. Dr. Trip Chance rated 2180. 2180, are you sandbagging for the under 2200 prize? Or what, dude? Nice to see Dr. Trip Chance back. Stefano, Sun Prism, Druin, Jim, Luque, Ruslan Bear, Smernster, Impure King, and then Adi. You're sandbagging. Most people have a higher rapid rating than their blitz rating, Mr. Trip Chance. But I mean, you must have played in my tournaments before. Okay, they're not rated, right? Yeah, duh. Stupid question, stupid answer. Yeah, if my tournaments were rated, you would probably be like 2450, 2500. Okay, anyway. 7-round Swiss. Who else is here? Anybody? Mr. Coffee, you didn't play today? You gotta work? Thanks to Miles the Miasmic for bringing the nerds and geeks together so we could watch. Participate in this tournament with me. I support Nerds and Geeks. And yeah, play some video games after this. I started playing Baldur's Gate 3. A game that's been out for 2 years. Dungeons and Dragons is having a moment. And now that I sold all of my childhood Dungeons and Dragons paraphernalia, no, I still have some left. Time to reopen the eBay, Mr. Coffee. With the storage unit. eBay, now eBay, baby. I better get my eBay warmed up. I don't have time to sell stuff on eBay, though. I'm only going to be in the States for 2 weeks. Alright. Here we go. Round 3. Oh, what a surprise. I'm playing the only other player with 2 points. No, I'm not going to play E4. Well, I could if I play the Rosalimo, right? Alright, we'll play the Rosalimo. Well, you did something different lately. You played the Carol Khan or something weird. Nice to meet you! I've had a very good score against him with Bishop E5. And I've been doing all kinds of study of Nimzovich lately, so it totally makes sense. So this move, not a heavily regarded move. Highly regarded, whatever, it's close enough. Highly regarded, heavily regarded, not a heavily regarded move. I've tried to play knight d4. It's one of those, like, you want it to work, but it ultimately, you know, just isn't that good. I think you probably played this against me once before. So I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what White's best move is theoretically. I just kind of go on my instinct here. Gobi Desert. The Gobi Desert. C3 is more aggressive. Luque is offering draws in the chat. That's a new one. Do you want to buy a vowel? Lucky Luke. So, okay, this is kind of a lame setup, but I just didn't really want to open. I'm going to turn off the chat. That's distracting. Those words popping up on next to the board are annoying. It keeps distracting me. It really, I mean, the Zen mode is better, but I don't want to go into Zen mode and have you guys not, see who I'm playing. So what's the plan here? To play like a sort of Spanish, like a bird? But it's not the bird Spanish. I mean, in a way, it's better because Black's taking with the C pawn. So he's not. The problem with the bird's defense in the Roy Lopez is that E5, you lose your E5 pawn. F4. What else? It is a bit odd that Arsenal fan is not here tonight. No? Maybe Wednesday night is like his bowling night. Or maybe he didn't realize. I normally do this on Tuesdays. I'm thinking about permanently moving it to Wednesdays, though. Wednesday might end up being just better for me, to do a permanent move. I generally was keeping the streams like alternating days. Tuesday, Thursday. But we'll see. I'm contemplating doing this on a regular basis on Wednesday. Now, my knight is so mobile on D2. It has so many places to go. I can't really... I'm just a caveman. I can't really decide which square to put it on. But F5... Queen E1. Speaking of Arsenal fan, though, I'm like 2 minutes behind the clock, and it's move 10. A lot of pawn moves. F5. F5 is premature. Is that what you're telling me? It's a Grand Prix. I'm playing the Grand Prix attack. I just realized that. Mule Skinner would like this. So F5, not real convincing. Maybe this is a mistake. But I have a question. Let's say, Black tries to exchange queens. What if I just move my queen again to like G3? I saw this game, an old game. It was Sachs versus Gelfand, where Sachs Jula played the white side of a Grand Prix attack against Gelfand and lost. But typically in the Grand Prix attack, white always goes Queen H4. And Sachs actually, in the structure, used this idea of Queen G3. He went on to lose, but he didn't really lose because of the opening. He lost in the endgame. Maybe Queen G3 is not so stupid. You have ideas of F5, X-raying that bishop on G7. Now this is a kind of natural strike in the center by Black here with D5. And honestly, one of the reasons why I didn't move my knight to F3 because I wanted to keep E4 protected. So if Black takes on E4, how do you plan on recapturing? With the pawn or with the pawn? Or with the pawn? Or not at all. King H1 is another idea. Bishop B3 is another idea. Taking with the knight is another idea. We recapture with the pawn. Of course we should recapture with the pawn. If you recapture with the knight, black has like knight f5, knight d5. Joey. My friend Joey likes the Sicilian. That's strange. Joey was a kangaroo. I don't know any other Joeys, sorry. Joseph Henry Blackburn. Blackburn liked the Sicilian too. Sorry, Uber driver. Blackburn was one of the first great players to play the Sicilian, actually. Among other things, his favorite was the French, actually. So knight takes isn't very dynamic. I'm going to keep these squares under control. Yeah, okay. What would Nimzovich do? That's the effect studying Nimzovich games has on you, right? Holy moly, Batman. I didn't really have my mind made up, about what to do on d3, but this is an extremely strong move, I think. c3 is probably best. It denies his bishop, keeps control of d4. This pawn looks almost lost, honestly. It's not going anywhere. Extremely effectively blockaded. And in fact, I could bring my knight to f3 and blockade with the bishop as well. So d3 might not be a good move for black in the end. It's a very tempting move, but also very possibly a mistake. Black's position not that easy to play, though. What was he supposed to do? Subtle, strategic type positions. a5. With the idea of fill in the blank. I kind of like bishop c4. And then you have that nasty b5. That's almost like a computer is playing black there. Wow. So I have to play a4. Bishop c4, b5. Wouldn't win material, actually. Takes, queen b6, check, king h1. Queen b5, queen e7. His knight is hanging on e7 at the end of even that line. My bishop can even go back to d1 if I had to. So this is to support bishop a6, I guess. That rook is horrible, though. Tempted to play knight f3. Oh, he's going to go bishop b7. Okay. Okay, so here we have to make a decision about how to address this situation. The rook is horribly placed if he goes bishop a6. Rook f3. I gotta watch. I have to just surround this pawn. Knight c4. Knight c4. It's not so easy. I don't believe how fast black is. Just never even has to think. It's so much easier if you don't think, right? You don't have to use any time. Shit. Why do I want to put my knight on c4? If I put my knight on c4, my knight is vulnerable to being attacked. So knight f3, blocking my rook. Rook f3, blocking my knight. Remarkable. So everything is okay for black here. There was no apparent great move. Knight c4, my knight is unstable. You know, on f3 it's safe. Uber driver, do you know how to jinx people a little? I'm just saying. I definitely don't want Uber driver on my side when it comes to, like, you know, watching the game and having commentary. If he says black's full of holes, I'm probably going to lose. This is a surprise, because, I mean, he seems like he was, like, ostensibly avoiding the exchange of queens. I mean, he seems like he was consciously, ostensibly. He's ostentatious. He was consciously avoiding the exchange of queens. Constantly and constantly. Constantly and consciously. Nimzovich in the house. Lock the door and throw away the key. Oh my god. F6? Wow. So you can... What do I do about that? I don't know. Well, Uber driver, you specialize in good fundamental generalizations. And there's nothing wrong with that. Especially if you don't have a lot of time, you go by the fundamental principles. You should write a book like How to Win in Chess Without Thinking. Win free or die. Okay, we got a nugget. And we got surveillance on the other nugget. The queenside majority. His king will approach the center. Approach the bench, please. Will defense approach the bench, please? B5. This is painful. He's gonna find his only defense here. This is Arsenal fan 2, man. He's Arsenal fan Junior. Different style, though. Different style. But in time use, he's Arsenal fan. I miss Arsenal fan almost flagging me. Or actually flagging me. What is there to think about here? Plan and counterplan. Yes. I'm a little tangled up. That was the absolute best defense. Oh, not starting with the mama again, bro. Sometimes I worry about you, dude. I'd really rather get my king, to a more central location. The less time he has, the better he plays. That's a bad move. G5? I take it back. He's trying to decoy me. Maybe it isn't a bad move. H5. Why stop at G5? Or maybe I'm closing the position too much. Now I have C5. This has to be good. I thought he was going to stop me from doing that, but he didn't. He should have. He's still ahead on time. It's unbelievable. This is not so easy. Because every single pawn is on the wrong color for my opponent. My king needs to be over here, maybe. There's some chance of penetrating with my king on this side. 0 chance on the other side. Here I can get into C4. Oh, I'm ahead on time. That's the important thing. So now my plan is what? You're right, knight e3. Goat cut. Goat cuts. Enjoy your day at the fair, man. Enjoy your pheromones. Bishop d6. Bishop d6. I don't really want to trade, but I might not have a choice. Check. I could have gone c4 there. Ooh, I thought he would go to c5. He should have gone to c5. I mean, this is his only chance. Now it's completely over. He had to play king c5, my god. That wasn't an opportunity I gave him. I didn't have to do that. Didn't matter, apparently. It was a good game. For me. He made 7 inaccuracies, though, you know. No major mistakes, just like little by little. So what about the opening, though? I didn't play very critically. Critical continuation. See, everybody plays c3. It's kind of counterintuitive, though, because it opens his bishop on g7. Alright, guys, that was a long one. You know that was still a game going. Unbelievable. Wow. Ruslan, of course. Sung Prism's here. Stalemate. That was a little bit of a slow roll. He took like 1 second to play that move. Okay, well that was exciting to catch the end of that. What's up, Chess Zebra? Guys, what's up? Don't forget to donate, support the stream. We've got our World Senior registration in, and we're going to the goal of $3,000 to pay for our almost 2-week trip to World Senior. It's like 11, 12 days. So we're at 1676.66, 55.89% of the way there. So please donate and support the stream, and are going to the World Senior in October 20th to November 2nd. World Senior Junior Division. Okay, I'm 3-0. Title Hunter is on the hunt, but Kelly M also has 2 points. Coach 100. Oh no, Coach 100 won again. Acerbate. Jim DeWitt is new. No offering draws in the chat room. Impure King got a bye. Ali raised the GM. We had a lot of late joiners. Are these guys here? Alpha? You wrote? I guess they came too late to start the last round. Dr. Chipchance lost? Wow. Oof. Major upset. Dr. Chipchance not going to play spoiler today. I beat them in the first round, and now they came back with 2 wins against Impure King and Dr. Chipchance. Acerbate, how was your last game? Coach 100 is around the same rating as you. Coach 100 was up 2 pieces. Easy. See, they're supposed to be the same rating, but look at that game, dude. See, I knew there was something suspicious about Coach 100. 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. Okay, Acerbate probably got a really lost position really fast, though. Yeah, I mean, it may not take that strong of a player to like crush black here. Acerbate went wrong almost immediately. I had this game with Todor Todorov here. No, that's a different position, actually. Oh, this is like, oh yeah, This is one of those things the guy does. He does the Dunst opening. Also weird for someone rated 1700. He's definitely a weird bird. He's going to get a lot of accusations. He might be in the Epstein files. Epstein, whatever. I think Coach 100 is in the Epstein files. His name has been redacted. Titled Hunter. I don't know why I've been playing the Karo Khan. I can't help it. I'm just a caveman. They woke me up from a frozen sleep and I started playing the Karo Khan. Oh shit, I told him not to play bullet chess. I told you, now I warned you. Don't do this. I mean, you know, don't just play bullet chess like the whole game. Of course you can play quickly in the opening. So Coach doesn't exist? The Coach 100 character is suspicious. This happened before, yeah. So you're playing me under a different account now? Same player with a different account? Oh no. Do I have to ban you? Yeah, I knew I shouldn't accept this player in the account, in the team. It's fine, but why do you have to have multiple accounts in my team? Why isn't one like enough? Shouldn't one account be enough? Do we really need like multiple accounts? It's kind of against the terms of service. No? It's not tricky, it's not cool if you're doing it in my stream. Alright, G5, I think is a move here probably. What is the chances I would play the Karo Khan against the same player with a new account when I hardly play the Karo Khan? Seriously, what is the chances of that? The guy creates a new account and I play the Karo Khan again. As if I like played the Karo Khan all the time. I very rarely play the Karo Khan. It's like 1 in 10 games. I hope you realize that. You know, I don't even play this opening, like, ever, like, over the board, practically. Every time he creates a new account, I play the Karo Khan against him. But if you're going to be in our team, you know, you don't need to have 2 accounts. You don't need to trick me, man. This is a team. It's not like some titled arena or something. It's supposed to be a friendly tournament. We're not here to, like, trick each other and show off and, you know, whatnot. You have 2 seconds plus 1 more. 3. So sorry about that. I have 3 too, every single move. Isn't that just a blip? .95 check. So now White is objectively losing, but they seem obsessed with the Karo Khan. Like, I don't understand why. You'd think like the Caro-Kann was some great opening. This is the only thing they care about playing against. It's so weird. I mean, the night... It's almost the exact same game that I had with them before. There is that discovery. Alright, dude, I'm just going to ban you from the team. At this point. It's just ridiculous. You don't even care about playing chess. It's like retarded. You just want to play like bullet chess and make instantaneous moves. I knew I shouldn't accept this player in the team. You go against everything I ever stood for, bro. Sorry. It's just not interesting. You're exactly like everything that I don't want to do on my stream. I don't want people playing garbage bullet, ultra bullet on my stream. Why do you come to my stream even? I don't even understand. You know, what is the point of this? It's just a waste of time. It's just a total waste of time. You're not even playing real chess or even attempting to play real chess. Why would you come to my stream where I focus on classical and try to play like serious chess and play this crap? You know, like, sorry, it's just like, doesn't make sense. I said I'd make an exception and let you in the team if you don't play bullet. What do? You immediately start to play every single move in like 1 second and you want to play just like bullet garbage against me. It's like a total waste of time. I'm here to play quality chess, not this trash. I mean, it's really stupid. No, nothing personal, you know, but it's really, seriously. It's everything that I don't want, you know. People playing bullet chess in a classical Swiss, you know. Like, what's the point of that? I don't understand. I literally, like, said I didn't want to take the guy on my team. And I said, I'll take you on the condition that you don't play bullet. And what does he do? You know, he turns a 10+3 game into a bullet game with like a rubbish gambit. You're wasting all of our time. This is the 4th game I played, you know. I've had one good game against Redusa. Acerbate played too fast. The first player played too fast. Acerbate, the only player so far that's played, you know, a tough game is Redusa, and he still played too fast. You guys need to slow down and try to play serious chess. That's why I make this tournaments. Not so you can stream, strike, whatever. So you can stream, swipe me, and look cool playing bullet chess and stupid gambits. It's against everything that I stand for, you know? Again, nothing personal, but I don't want you in my team. I mean, it's like just trash. It's not even chess. Next up, Redusa against Kellyanne. Kellyanne seems like a good player. I had an interesting game against them. And I'm going to look at this from Black's perspective because it's a Nimzo Queen's Indian type position. Stream sniping. I can't talk. Snipping. That's different. That's snipping. There's one P at sniping. I can't say it, but I can spell it. Stream snipping is like snipping with the scissors. Similar to sniping. So what was the opening here? I've had a whole bunch of Queen's Indians. Redusa's getting better, but he still plays like it's bullet. Bishop e7. So white can play d5 there. Kelly M. If it makes anyone feel... We're not uncomfortable. I just had to ban that guy because he's being everything that I hate, you know, in chess. He stands for everything I hate. He's like the anti-Sladgy. I mean, I'm going to let him be in the team. I'm going to just stop playing the Caro-Kann because weird things keep happening when I play the Caro-Kann. I'm not American. I can't spell sniping. Look, it doesn't matter where you're from. Serious Scissors, Seekly snapped suspicious stream. Nefyudov is an American, and he can spell sniping. See? No excuses, Dr. Chipchance. English is English. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be American. Snipping and sniping. I know it's hard. I'm terrible at Hungarian. I'm terrible. I've been here for 20 years. My Hungarian is embarrassing. It's horrible. My Persian is even worse now. Okay. Whoa. What the hell is that? Oh, it's one of those fork tricks, but it's not backed up with hard evidence. Interesting. Yeah, Redusa is... He's, I just sit around here complaining about people. Kelly has stuff. It's a good position. I like Kelly's style. It's a good move, too. He's capable of playing bullet, but check it out. He also plays like proper time controls and uses his time. Actually, Redusa used more time. I don't complain. He actually, where did his time go? Where did Redusa's time go? That sucks. I can't replay and see the time use. My Hungarian is slightly better than Pavel. Pavel. Oh, by the way, yesterday I was dude. Do you remember when we went to the Belgian beer place and drank Belgian beer? There's another beer. Now there's another beer place near to that has very good reviews. It's ironic. I thought about, you know, the next time you visit, because you said you were going to visit or something. And there's this, like, beer kind of pub that's actually really close. It's near my house. That opened up. It has excellent reviews. They have a very, very good selection. Because yesterday I have a friend who likes Belgian beer, and I went out and I was trying to find Hoegaarden. Hoegaarden is this one kind of Belgian beer that has a little bit of orange peel in it, and I like it because it's. And he likes it a lot. I like it too because it's not high alcohol content. You like the really crazy beer with the high alcohol content, but especially in the summer, I don't want to be drinking like 5% and higher. But like Hoegaarden, it's like 4.5. It's not that strong. Or 4.3, I don't remember. You know, so you can drink a few. It's hot. I mean, I don't want to like be obliterated by drinking 4 beers. But I couldn't find Hoegaarden anywhere like to buy it. You can like find it in pubs. I can order it though and have it delivered. Anyway, I'm sure you guys are really interested in this. 94 was a good move by Kelly, looks like. And then yeah, I mean, the guy played great. The way that Kelly's playing is great so far, but he's he may have fallen into a trap now. The theme of the day is playing too fast. Golden Draken. The Golden Dragon. My new team is called Dragon. The stat we drunk was like 12%. Ah. Dude. Yeah, I mean, even Leffe is like 5.5. And it's strong enough. I don't need to drink 12%. That was brutal. You made me hate brown beer, Nefedov. That was... Okay, it was an enlightening experience, but... Okay, at least it wasn't the summer when we drank that. Ugh. Kelly's playing too fast now. The other position is like unclear. Maybe White's not better at all. Maybe White's winning. The Redusa is dangerous tactically. I just thought I'd share that because this was like literally yesterday. Nice in between move. Didn't he have d6 right away? Actually, why can't Redusa play d6 directly? Oh, knight f3 check. My bad. My bad. That's a major problem. All right. So it's probably a draw. Although maybe black is still better, huh? Black's still better. Redusa was a little too liberal with his earlier play. The Hogarden beer is available on Amazon. Amazon? Amazon sells alcohol? Huh. I never realized you could buy it. If only I had known you could buy alcohol on or any major supermarket. Not really. Spar, I went yesterday. They didn't have it. Now, Tesco. I just want to say, like Tesco, Nefedov, it probably has it. But Tesco in Hungary is like particularly bad. So I don't have a Tesco near me. I used to. Got closed. It was like a mini Tesco. So Tesco would probably be one of my only chances to buy it. I figured you love Tesco. And Tesco's one of my best shots, but there's no Tesco near my apartment. So I'd have to really go out of my way, and I didn't want to risk it. If I go all the way there and they don't have it. Need a light beer in the summer. Okay, guys, I'm out for a draw. Although Redusa has less time. Speaking of all this beer talk is making me thirsty. I have 6 Leffe in my fridge right now. Should I drink a beer? The thing about Hogarden is that the alcohol content is lower than Leffe. I don't want to sit around drinking like 6 Leffes with 5.5%. Hogarden makes a non-alcoholic. That's like caffeine, decaffeinated coffee. Well, I mean, I think that Chess Ibra, alcohol-free beer is for alcoholics who have to drive, basically. Or like people who are like designated drivers. There are actually people who, I don't know, like non-alcoholic beer. But I agree. It is kind of weird. Yeah, to try to make a premium beer, non-alcoholic though. They have, the first one, I talked about this on the stream once. They have Amstel Light. It's the only like European beer I had in the old days I heard of that makes non-alcoholic beer. I don't even know if they have it in Europe. It's an American thing. Really. Originally. Okay, it's a draw. Can we just agree to a draw here, please? How much time do I have between rounds? 3 minutes? Maybe I will drink a beer. I really shouldn't, though, because I'm kind of hungry. There's still an ongoing game. Ruslan Bear at it again. I was just attacked by ravenous guinea pigs. Oh my god. They're monsters. We're starting in 252. One small beer can't hurt. Jägermeister. You looked up designated driver on Google? I didn't mean to say Amstel Light made a alcohol-free beer. I meant to bring up the subject that, once again, light beers don't exist in Europe. That's a purely American thing. Although that's probably changing. America not only produced Donald Trump, it also produced light beer. the great things in life. 0-calorie beer. That'll be the next thing. Right? Yeah, Amstel Light wasn't bad, if I remember. Because I had a friend in college who used to drink it. He introduced me to that concept. I never drank light beer. The girls around were always drinking light beer. And guys kind of got into it too at some point. 2 bears. 1 or 2 bears. If you're into bears, that's something else. Alright, I've got a Leffe. This is 5.5, but it's, so it's small. It's like 0.33 liters. It's a third of a liter. I know it's similar to like an American-sized beer. How much are American-sized beers? 12 ounces. What is 12 fluid ounces in liters? I wonder. Do me a Google conversion. So I've got 4 points. Wow, AIM, the aimbot. Aimbot is on a roll, taking out Coach with a crushing strategic defeat. 39. What? 30 milliliters per ounce. So 12 ounces. 12 times 30. What's 12 times 30? 36. This is 33. Yeah, okay, so it's comparable. Lucky Luke or White. Okay, so it would be 36. So it'd be slightly more. Very slightly more. Like a 12 ounce beer. But it's comparable. Thank you for the conversion. Chess Zebra, not only a doctor, but a scientist as well. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Chess Zebra is apparently a subscriber. Oh, you Prime subbed, right? E5. Rare do I ever see that. King's Gambit. No, it's the Vienna. It's a Vienna Gambit. So a liter is slightly less than 3 beers. A liter of beers. I haven't had a beer on stream in a long time, it seems like. I used to drink beer on the stream all the time. Maybe I should just take... Maiden 4, actually. Actually, we're going for 5-0. So here's the debacle. I go bishop e5. We play the board, not the man. Bishop c4 is very tempting. I'm going to go with the Spanish approach here. So what can you do to try to be tricky? Ah, bishop d6. Unprovoked exchange. Castle. So it's like a royal depends exchange variation, except your pawns are on like c6 and c5. Well, you have isolated pawns on c6 and c5 instead of just doubled pawns. Six bishop e5 is best? How do you know? You're supposed to play the black side of... Oh, it's like a Schliemann. Still, it's not really a Schliemann, is it? That's how you know it's like a Schliemann? I'm playing the Schliemann. It's a little sweet, so you have to put some lemon in it. Lucky Luke is quick. Lucky Luke is nimble. So what's the plan, boys and girls? B3 would be tempting. The flaw on B3, knight H5. Knight H4 actually works here. Now, is it a good move? That's another matter. I wonder what Nefedov thinks of knight H4. Stop trolling me. I missed trolling the roll. He was, dude. I always like trolling a roll. He probably got like drafted into the Russian army or whatever. Well, we could check his account. Oh, fuck. Bleep. Bleep. That's a nice trick. So he sees knight takes d6, queen d4 check, but I have this. Sorry about that. I didn't plan it in advance. It's just justice. Chess has a way of meeting out this sort of justice. Poker, not so much. He only, he does tactics for him, but not for me. How about my tactics? That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. That's a whole piece. That's 4 out of 5. Actually, 5 out of 5 players who played too fast against me. 5 out of 5 people that play too fast, including Radusa. But now we can see some of their action. Okay, AIM. Nice pieces, though. You gotta like these pieces. Look, black pieces are very active, well placed. But the H file. My God. A little reminiscent of Pillsbury Lasker. It was a very famous game. But that game did not feature an open H file. Chess Amazon reading with Party of 8. Welcome, Raiders. Is Mr. Coffee still here? Open the gate. Let them in. We're just watching some other people play because my games, nobody uses their time. Welcome, Raiders. Thanks, Chess Amazon. No relation to Amazon. What the hell happened here? It's like, was this a Queen's Gambit exchange variation? How did that happen on the king side? You can't see the raid as the streamer is on your blacklist? Oof. Blocklist or blacklist? What the hell's going on here? Oh my god. What is Redusa doing? You guys are playing like it's like Bullet. I'm not going to watch this game. Kelly M. I like what I've seen from him so far. Wow, Coach 100 strikes again. No, Coach 100 putting up another tough fight, but he's 2 pawns down. For my money, Kelly M has played the best chess I've seen so far. Was that game was finally a draw, right, between Kelly M and Redusa? Kelly M is undefeated. 2 draws. Draw with Title Hunter, who I blocked, and for playing blatant bullet garbage and being deceptive. And then the draw with Redusa. So far, the best chess I've seen in this tournament from Kelly M. Oof. Why resign right in that particular moment, though? What's the finishing move? King C8? You get the impression that Coach 100 thought he was losing a piece or something and just resigned. I mean, objectively, they're losing, but there is no crushing, immediate finishing blow, right? Guys, like, these games should not be finished where you know, both sides have like 8 minutes left. You're playing too fast. You guys know what rapid chess is? It's the time control that's like slower than blitz. What about you, Nefidov? You in here? Anybody that's on Nefidov's blacklist is a friend of mine. Ugh. You have a voodoo doll? I just had this like sudden like pain in my chest when I said that. Nefidov has like a sludgy voodoo doll and he like stabs it into my chest. Nefidov, you're not playing. Come on, this is a great time control, but no one appreciates it except for me. Let's see what Dr. Tripchance is doing. He's used 1 minute for the whole game. We can't join for round 4. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Tripchance is a bullet blitz junkie too. I guess I have to find a way to appeal to the other players on lead chess. I'm gonna have to like seek out the players on lead chess that play slower, kind of classical, rapid, because they don't seem to like know I exist. There's a disconnect. Everybody like, you know, who joins my stream seems to be like bullet and blitz players. I prefer to play longer blitz and rapid. Yet everyone who follows me is like playing too fast. So I need a way to connect. I need a way to connect with the players who want to actually take more time. Maybe I should start playing in the 45-45 league or something. Really seeking out people who are more serious to follow the stream, you know, and taking more time to play myself. Maybe some of these like online events, like I need training for the World Senior. I was even thinking about maybe paying a strong player to play training games with me. Seriously. I have a lot of friends who would, you know, be happy be happy to make $50 an hour. There's no shortage of friends of mine I could play training games against for money. I don't have an unlimited income, but obviously I'd be willing to invest some money to play against a strong GM for training. Well, that's a good point, Pablo Kelly. You see, this is the problem. I played chess for 40 years, and I've played with increment for 25 of those years. Let's say 20, okay? I've been playing with increment for 20, and I've been playing chess competitively for 40 years. So first of all, there's a difference between increment and sudden death. But now all tournaments have increment. So it kind of makes sense to learn how to play with increment, since every single over-the-board tournament has increment. Increment eliminates absolutely playing for time. Time is no longer the number one factor that you would see in a sudden death 3-0 or 1-0. The first adjustment that people fail to make is to realize that you cannot play increment the same way you would play sudden death. Absolutely for time. I learned that back in 2004. Or no, it was 2003 when I tried to play for time. Because even back in the old days, people used to play increment. I was never a person who voluntarily played increment. I didn't start playing increment till I was forced by over-the-board tournaments. But I'm like a convert, I like winning on time and the adrenaline of playing sudden death blitz as much as anybody else. But objectively, it's a lower quality of chess where time becomes this weapon that's just, it's sort of stupid, That was before everyone had digital clocks. It wasn't available, you had to play sudden death. But playing with increment is an art form. Learning to play with increment is an art form. But there are people who are time pressure addicts, like Walter Brown, rest in peace, Reshevsky, who's obviously been gone for a long time, Alexander Ivanov, a personal friend of mine, who still plays. I had imagined increment would be tremendous. If Reshevsky had been alive today, dude, he would have been 2,700. He would get in time pressure and then sometimes, mess up and lose. But if you're a time pressure addict, the increment will save your life. Except in my case, where it's actually causing me to get into time pressure because I use the increment like a crutch. Dr. Tripchan's setting a good example here. Absolutely playing for time. Shamelessly, absolutely playing for time. And he spoiled his position. This is a poster child for how not to play increment. Dr. Tripchan, 6 minutes and 53 seconds. And now White's hanging on. This rookie game could well be a draw. Though black still is better. Rook A2 is a big mistake. The number one rule of endgames is to stay active. So you can't play Rook A2, you have to go active here with Rook E2. Pursue counterplay, active counterplay. Impure King is going to lose because of Rook A2. And Dr. Chish can say oh, well, I won because I put pressure on him on the clock. But it would be better not to risk that, because a really strong player like a GM or me even would be able to save this endgame with a 3-second increment and active counterplay with Rookie 2. The best players are going to save this game. I'm not even 100% sure. Yeah, it looks lost. He's going to go after the G pawn now. Too late. Too little, too late for Impure King. But Dr. Chipchan, still fundamentally, what you're doing is a mistake. You know, and you know that. You know it's a mistake. He knows it's a mistake. The biggest mistake you can make is like taking your time once you get a bad position. And that's what I learned from Sasha Ivanov. Alex would never... One of the people I played the most tournament games against as a strong player, I played Ivanov like 10 times. I learned a lot from him, not just playing him, but playing near him, watching him play other people. Alex would just not, he would sooner get in temperature than get a bad position. The first thing is you don't get a bad position. You stay in control. You know what I mean? That's the number one priority. You don't wait until you get a bad position and start thinking. That's the wrong way to go about it. You only start using time if you get a bad position. It's a totally bad, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a backward-ass way of playing. It's stupid, Take your time and only use time if you have to. Yeah, that's what I meant. Take your time and only play quickly if you have no other choice. Just don't let yourself get a bad position. Use your time. Increment changes everything. It changes everything. In Sudden Death, it was different. Of course, it depends on how much is the increment. 1 second increment is like meaningless, especially even 2 seconds. Dr. Chipchan, thanks for playing. Pablo Kelly's like, but many people blitz in the opening until they blunder. Exactly. But then they get a bad position. So good players don't do that, Weak players do that, where they start thinking when they get a bad position. We start thinking before we get a bad position. Or when things start to turn against us, that's when we really start to use our time. Okay, Ruslan Bear completely winning. All I can do is impart. It is just too hot. It's too, like France. Reduce side note. I don't know where you are, but in France, they set all kinds of records. Not just France, but Portugal, Spain. Dude, France set records over the entire country in terms of hot. We're kind of lucky right now. In Hungary, it's just normal hot. It's not record setting. Thank God I have air conditioning, though. You guys, my apartment didn't have working air conditioning for the last year I was living here. It was horrible. Last year I lived somewhere else, and then the year before that I had to live through the summer here with no air, and it was bad. I mean, climate change is real, but fossil fuel and other special interests are going to deny it. Turkey had 50.5 a month ago. Somewhere in Turkey had 50.5 Celsius 3 weeks ago. It was a record. Gukesh was spending a lot of his time in the opening. Look, ideally, you should do the work on the opening at home and be able to play the opening fast. And your home prep is just all there, you know. So if Gukesh is spending a lot of time in the opening, it's a sign that maybe he needs to do more opening prep. I have that problem. You know, my opening prep is not good enough. Attention, Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly apparently only eats a few snacks every week. That was in People magazine today. He's like anorexic. But Kelly's played well, and we had a good game. We had a good game the last time we played. That was interesting. You had a winning position and messed up the end game. Probably you played too fast. But I'm assuming you're a younger player who needs more practice in end games. Almost everyone in the whole tournament plays too fast. I think Jeroen, who's also one of the oldest players like me, probably manages time the best out of anyone else in the field. I'm not sure about Miles. Sun Prism's gotten a little better, but he has tendencies to play too fast. But, you know, players with more experience, Nefedov, not a bad player really overall. The players who have more experience, the older players, tend to play better in terms of time management. Please revisit the stream in 90 seconds. Nefedov, what does that mean? Nefedov's saying that I'm going to be playing you. That's like he thinks it's our pairing. Nefedov did pairings. He's a human pairing machine. I already played this player. It's a clearly forced pairing. I mean, to pair me with... That would be like the worst pairing of all time that Leech has ever made if it paired me with like Dr. Trip Chance. Okay, so last time we played you were white as well. I don't remember what the opening was. Queen's Indian? Oh my god, what is that? You seriously? You play D4, G6, Knight C3? There's something you don't see every day. D4, G6, Knight C3. Oh, that's got to be like a London Jabava thing. It's a London Jabava move order guy. So that's the point. Okay. No. So you just like transpose. Okay, well. Doesn't matter now. You might as well play E4 on move 2. What's the difference? So what do I feel like playing? Caro Khan. Or C5. Nefedov, can you say that sniper sentence again? You shouldn't call it the sniper. I mean, that dude, like, he stole an opening system that was, like, played by 100 million other people first. Gingy and I looked at this back in the 90s. Take, knight f6. It's kind of like a Norwegian rat. If e5, knight h5. Is that right? I'm not sure if this is even okay. I can play e5, knight g8 as well. Right? I have a lot of experience playing the black side accelerated dragon. despite the dude that I kicked out, the truth is I'm not really a Caro-Kann player. I hate to break it to you. And there's a reason why I've never been a Caro-Kann player. Because my results with that opening are horrible. I reunited with my old friend, my best friend from my childhood, who taught me how to play chess. And he's thinking about making a comeback. We had a good conversation, and I haven't seen him in years. But he said he was thinking about coming back now that he's like, you know, getting older, and AI has probably put him out of work. But seriously, he asked me, you know, about my opening repertoire. You know, what do I play? And I still have to say that I play the Sicilian. I mean, Sicilian is my main thing. Sicilian is my main opening. I mean, it is. You know, nothing else. What the hell is going on here? Sounds deep. This guy, man, he taught me how to play chess. And he was the reason why I'm a good player. We drove each other to be good players, but we disconnected for a long time. So anyway, it's cool to come back in contact with someone like that you haven't seen in forever. And it's not just that I haven't seen him forever, he also quit playing chess completely. So I was really happy to reconnect with him, and happy to hear that he was interested in coming back to chess. Chess Riddler. So what's up with this position? Queen d7, bishop c4. What are you going to do? Kelly M is kind of like gender fluid with the bishops and knights. And we had the same thing last time. He handled the bishop-knight sort of balance. He doesn't create any pawn weaknesses either. It's a very interesting style. Bishop takes d7 or queen takes d7. I don't know which way to go here. Before the same fate ST33 had with me. What's going on? Roman, no. You've heard Roman speaking on the videos and stuff. He has a deeper voice. He has a huge cavernous body. And so when he talks, it's a kind of deep echo. It was always like that. What I'm impressed by Kelly M, though, is respect for pawn structure, which you don't see with a lot of players. Rapid development. 95 has to be considered here. Because knight h6 is fucking slow. You know, I don't love this, but the alternative is too passive, I'm afraid. Knight h6 very slow. I mean, he's got too much good control of the center, too much development. Yeah, I was thinking about Gingy. Recently, because of my best friend. You know, because he doesn't know. He doesn't even know, you know. I don't think we ever talked about it. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. You know, I played Gingy back in 1989. Or 88. I think that Roman was one of the first grandmasters I ever played. He was definitely the first grandmaster I played in a tournament game. And maybe not the first ever. I played Michael Road in a simul in like 1987. But I lost. That was disappointing. Michael Road's a dick. But anyway, so now what do I do? Nothing personal, Mike. I hope you're listening. Bishop c6, bishop e5. Nice positional play by white. And he's getting ready to make my bishop great again. Bishop c6. Oh, he has bishop b5. Queen b6. Oh, this is scary, man. I need to be really careful here, or I'm going to be a lot worse. The bishop e5. Wait, I take and check. I got nothing there. Take. Check. b7's hanging. How about f2? Well, anyway, I gotta do this. Your man is still alive. Oh, yeah, I mean, we would have heard about it, man, if anything happened. Roman is a very, very iconic, was a very iconic grandmaster. You know, if anything happened to Roman, it would be in the chess news immediately. Of course he's still alive. Only the good die young. Okay, queen b6 is a mistake. I should take. This is the plan. Queen b6. Queen a5 check is a lazy move, but it's a tempo, you know. What's my follow-up to that, though? See, the thing is that white can castle either side. I'd rather he castle queen side, I guess. Not much I can really do about it. What if I... Oh, man. I really need to castle. He's going to castle kingside. English, Mr. Coffee. Watch your mouth. If e6, queen takes b7. Queen b6 is best. Imagine that. I thought about it for like 2 minutes. Probably it is best. This is a weird move. And frighteningly strong. I take back what Nefedov said now. Nefedov lied. The guy has queen c4. Are you fucking kidding me? You have queen c4? Dude, that's creepy. That's probably just game over. He has queen c4? Then Nefedov's lying. Wow, that's brutal. This is insane. Queen c4 is... Come on, man. It's a perfect game by white. I'm going to lose an exchange minimum. That's just you're getting completely destroyed by this guy at this point. Queen b6 is probably the worst move I made in the game. You know, ironically, like, Queen d7 is 100 times better. Great move to survive. I hope you're not looking at the same move I am. Defila, stop that. Stop that. Is Nefedov trolling me? Dude. What am I doing? What do you mean it's best? This is the worst move ever. I just keep coming up with worse moves. You serious? I don't know if Nefedov's serious or he's making this shit up. This can't be good. I had hallucination. Do you guys want to bet on White's inaccuracies? Nefedov, don't do that, though. It's so overwhelming in this position that, like... But Nefedov, why are you doing that? Like, X and Black resigns. Don't do that in a tournament. Come on. Don't suggest moves. You know not to do that. You've been drinking the brown beer again? You know not to do that. In my mind, I had king takes c7 here. Okay? This is like playing a computer. I think I just played a computer, but I don't know. He lost his first 3 games against me. Now he beat me like a computer. He's not stream sniping? I don't know. Why are you so interested in this game? Do you have a vendetta against my opponent or something? What's the deal? Can you tell us what you're talking about? Do you want to share? Because I don't know why you're so interested. If there's something you know that I don't know, let me know, because I assume my opponent is legit. But if you have some reason to suspect he's like not, then by all means let me know. But I had beaten him 3 times. Last game I was lost and he blundered and lost. The first 2 games I don't remember. But now I'm getting beaten like I'm playing an engine. And rook takes d8 is not necessary. Having a picture of Hikaru in your profile doesn't really turn me on, dude. To be honest. Okay, king takes. Snipping. I don't know what that means exactly. I'm only asking if he's like cheating or not. You know, he played the game like a bot. It's one thing to lose, but it's another thing to get absolutely devastated where your opponent play like a perfect game, like lights out, engine number one move every time. They're different things. Losing and getting like punked out where the guy played engine number one move every single move, they are very different things. But interestingly there, for example, the opponent could go for the whole bishop on g7. But didn't. You know, he quickly took the rook, winning an exchange. Now it's totally over. I was really hoping for rook d1. I don't like my chances here, but the thematic nature of this position. Another surprising move. That's a fucking surprising move, dude. To play instantly, no? Most people will play king b1 there. He instantly played. He's not stream sniping. Instantly rook, almost instantly rook d1. Yeah, I'm not happy about this game. I'll be honest. I'm not happy about this game. Like the way it transpired. But it wasn't a perfect game. So I'm completely okay after queen e4. But Nefedov, I don't get your commentary, you know. With queen b6 is the best move for black. That's like the losing move. Are you like fucking funny or what? It turns out queen b6 is my losing move because I didn't see queen c4. Like, any move would have been okay here, except for queen b6. But Nefedov is like, why are you like trolling me? Like, really? You think it's funny? This loses immediately to the engine move queen c4. The guy's asking me if I missed queen c4. That's probably the most suspicious thing about the game so far. What do you think? I saw queen c4? Is that a really legitimate question? Because that's like the biggest evidence you cheated ever. Why would you ask me if I saw queen c4? What kind of question is that? Like, seriously? You think I saw queen c4 and then I planned what exactly? Well, you put two question marks. That makes it a question. What do you mean you're not asking? You're saying, dude, you put two question marks. Oh, because it has two question marks. Wow, rub it in a little bit more. That's why you put two question marks, because it's two question marks. How long did it take you to find that move? 30 seconds. That's impressive. And Nefedov even went as far as to directly say rook d1 was the best move. Thanks, Nefedov. Why don't you just like put your engine in the chat, like, so it shows like scrolling the analysis for the opponent to see the move. You also had knight d5 check, winning my queen. But you didn't see it. Neither did I. And queen d3 is number 3 move. Now it's even dropped off the list. But rook d1's really brutal. Like, you could have just played king b1. You know, there's no question you're winning. But this rook d1, wow. I don't know. A little too brutal. e6 apparently doesn't work at all. So I should just take on d4. But I didn't see king f8, obviously. I never played the modern, you know, practically. Whew, that was brutal. Still an ongoing game. Don't underestimate the power of Ruslan Bear. That's a pass pawn you got there. Black's winning. You know what, though? This is going to come down to 2 connectors against the rook. It's probably a draw. Well, it's definitely a draw. Alright, so I've already played top 3 players, top 4. Coach 100. Latest effort, just one big iceberg. What did it do? Lost piece? Coach 100 has an interesting style. Seems almost familiar to me. They have such a nice style. Where did Coach 100 make their mistakes? 2 blunders in the last 3 moves of the game? 2 mistakes in the last 3 moves of the game? 1 blunder when he already had a totally winning position. Yeah. I'm not paranoid, but they're out to get me, you know? Last game, thankfully. The one big beer. Now, I'm going to ban you pretty soon. If you do another one of those things with Queen B6 is the best move, crap. You know, seriously. The best move is like code for like loses by force. And you're not allowed to use your engine while I play a game anymore. No turning on your engine. Nefedov is banned from being able to like watch the game and turn on his engine while he's playing. That is forbidden. You are, sir. You better be sorry. You said Queen B6 was best. Were you being sarcastic? When I played the losing move? Or was that just a coincidence? You don't understand. You concretely said that my losing blunder was the best move, confidently. Now, I'm just asking, were you being sarcastic? Or you really believed it was a good move? Because that move lost the game. Coincidence? Lost in communication. I don't speak English well. Just misunderstandings. You're overly confident. I lost all confidence. And I don't trust anybody. Except my mom, and she's dead. Well, my dad, too. But they're both dead. So who's left to trust? Can't even trust your kids these days. Whippersnappers. Knight f3, b6. Kids today. e4 sucks. I don't know. There's something about Coach 100 that I don't like. They're too good in some way. Let's see their account. How many games they have? Very few games, really. Under 500 games. Classical 1600. Too good to be 1765. Definitely. They're 1965 if they're worth a fucking cent, you know. That's suspicious. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between 1765 and 1965, and this player is at least 1965. So why are they 1765? Can someone explain that to me? That's the kind of stuff that makes me lose sleep at night. You know, I just don't understand. Problem is, like, there's a lot of people who over the years, they played me with other accounts, and then I'm playing somebody that's like on their third account, you know. Like the guy I banned earlier for playing Bullet and just playing trash, he had just played me with another account like 3 weeks ago. Merle Dixon, 15 accounts. 5 or 6 of them playing in my simuls at the same time. I'm not paranoid. I'm just a caveman, you know? Some scientists thawed me out. And here I am. Now, Bishop b4 is a little sus. Does seem like a slightly strange move. You're tempting me into playing Queen a4 now. I'm going to pass. What did I get, a donation or something? The least Nefedov can do is donate. After that, horrible. To say, for crying out loud, to say Queen b6 was the best move. I feel like you jinxed me or something. Either you knew it was the worst move and you're trolling me, or you just straight up jinxed me. Queen b6 was like literally the worst move ever. I lost the game in one move. This player seems very, very human. It's like a standard sort of Catalan. What about 95? 95, pawn e5. Coach 100. Very consistent. 17, 17, 17, 16. Ratings look legit. Yet, confident. Maybe bishop f6. Bishop h4, anyone? Just say you're from India and it's all forbidden. All forbidden, all forgotten. One beer and I'm like wasted. Maybe he's from India, where everyone is like 1,000 points underrated. Wait, does that count online? The confidence of Black's play, you know, not fearing me at all. When you're 500 points underrated, why would you be afraid of someone who was like 2,500, right? What would it matter? He just goes with the flow. Mark my words, there's something suspicious about this account. He's got the same rating as Asterbait, and yet he plays like he's an NM or something. No positional mistake. No taking with the pawn. And I have 1/10 of a pawn advantage after 13 moves. Maybe, if I'm lucky. See, I can't trust anybody. Stream sniping. Who coined that term anyway? I would like to know. And what does it mean exactly? What does it mean exactly? Does it incorporate like necessarily like cheating? Look how principled they are. That's like the most principled 1700 I ever saw in my life, bro. I bet like they would draw a match against Superdriver. I should just offer a draw. Like, I'm serious. I should just offer a draw. There's no way I'm going to beat this player. 17 moves. That's the worst, like, by the way, the worst premise ever, Nefedov. Beating players in a certain amount of moves. There was this bartender that would, like, play for pitchers, and we were... My college friends would, like, encourage me to play him. And they're like, you can beat him in 10 moves. You can't fucking beat anybody in 10 moves. You know how hard it is to beat anybody in 10 moves? Or 17 moves? It's practically impossible. Especially with my style. You know, unless you play like really, really unsound trash, dude. I mean, if you're like King Crusher or something. The guy's playing like God. I swear this account is sus. Joined 3 weeks ago. He's literally been on Lichess 3 weeks. I just offer a draw, dude. I can't offer a draw. I offer a draw. I don't see a point in playing this player. They're not really 1700. There's something clearly suspicious here. I just don't like people fucking with me, you know? Playing games and shit. I'm not allowed to offer a draw in my own fucking tournament after 17 moves. Why? Can we, like, get rid of that? This isn't the Sofia tournament in Bulgaria in 2007, or whatever the hell that was. The whole concept of not being allowed to offer a draw is, like, retarded. It was invented by, like, Maurice Ashley or something. I don't know. It's absurd. If it's a draw, it's a draw. If you want to have a draw, have a draw. John Nunn would agree. $1,700. This ain't no 1,700. But I'd like to know who's behind the account, actually. I don't know which more weird or... Okay, the first, like, kind of slightly weird move, Queen B4. Because black played so solidly until this kind of slightly aggressive move. There's a kind of, like, absolute fearlessness in black's play. That's weird. Means watch your game versus the streamer? Not my impression. Means like you're going after them. Yeah, I'm just not believing this account. I'm sorry. This is clearly some kind of bullshit. They're just too fundamentally good, too fundamentally sound to be 1,700. And what is going on with this, dude? Blitz games, 34 Blitz games, August 12th. 34 Blitz games, 9 wins, 2 draws, 23 losses. Are you serious? August 11th, 7 wins, 1 draw, 13 losses. 1,700. August 7th, 6 wins, 11 losses. So they're losing, like, the vast majority of their games. 2 studies. Dude, whatever. I can't pinpoint any kind of weakness in black's game. Look at that move. Bishop a6. Threatening rook c3. The only possible way this player loses is on time. I meant sniping. Yeah, I don't know, man. I always thought that stream sniping kind of meant... I mean... Yeah, I get it. But I mean, my stream is designed for that, you know? It's not like I'm just playing random people in arenas and... Bro, I mean, how suspicious can your account be? That's what bothers me. It's not like he's necessarily a computer, but he plays like he's seriously 2,100, and his rating is 1,700. And that's weird, you know? I'm sorry, but that's just very strange. If you're 1,700, you should play like you're 1,700, not play like you're 2,100. Why are you 1,700 yet play like you're 2,100? Guy's incredibly sound. Okay, there are some exceptions, like Mr. Slow, who's an excellent player, and he has this ridiculously low rating, as you all know. Looks like I might actually win a pawn. Maybe Coach 100 is like a former national master who's like 80. Maybe it's... It's like Dan Heisman or something. You know, the same thing happened against Redusa. The F7 fell. Remember? Black had the same thing where they lost their A pawn. There must have been something similar. All I'm saying is the inconsistency in their rating. It's like we've seen this repeatedly. Even though he's losing, he's still better than 1700. Yeah, I guess the stream sniping thing doesn't necessarily imply people are cheating. It means that they're watching your stream, but stream sniping doesn't count against me because I'm doing it so I want everyone to watch. You can't stream snipe against me. The point is that everyone watches anyway. I want people to learn from my stream. Can't. That's what's so ridiculous about that guy. You took with the bishop. Yeah, actually, I had knight d6 either way. We need to coordinate here. That's what's so ridiculous about that guy with the trashy gambit against the Caro-Kann. He's like, I'm going to stream snipe you. He has no clue what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach people how to play chess and gain followership based on instruction. And he's there to stream snipe me. I want people to watch the stream. They're supposed to watch. You're supposed to watch. I mean, that's the point. Now Black kind of fell apart. Oh, he has check and defend, though. Shit, this might be an inaccurate move. No big deal. Not so easy. Maybe I went wrong there. We're gonna grind him down. Well, hopefully. He found it. Yes. Rook h1. See how tough he is? Grinding him down? I thought maybe there was a different move there for Black. What do you mean 2 pawns? Nefedov's constantly lying. It's 1 pawn. It's never been more than 1 pawn. I've been up a maximum of 1 pawn the entire game. Nothing but 1 pawn. And Black continues to defend. Okay. Ooh, is that a mistake? Maybe. And he's quick too. E5 check. Not the most flexible move in the world. Quick when he needs to be too. Technical grind. Doesn't fall for that. Oh no. I don't want your knight. But that should be enough. Okay, dude. Alright. It's gotta be a kid. No adult or older player would play this out. So that's a dead giveaway. Like, the playing out the absurdly lost position means that you're under the age of 25. Because we've all, like, older players have all, like, lost enough games where you get to this position, maybe you would, like, disconnect and leave or something, but you definitely not play it out. So it's got to be a kid. It's not an old player. 41 bishop e5 was the best. I was actually worse in the middle game. But that's what I'm talking about this player. What's weird about this player, they're just too solid. I mean, he makes it until move 21 with equality. It's just too solid to be 1700 lead chess. It's too solid. You can't be that solid. I mean, it's like fucking impossible. Unless you were old and like you had dementia or something. And at one time you were like a really strong master, but now you're losing on time every game or something. It's weird. Very weird. Alright, anyway, we managed to win the tournament after losing to Machine Gun Kelly. Kelly actually lost in the last round. Ouch. Wow. So AIM, after losing to me in the first round, beat everyone except for one draw, including Machine Gun Kelly in the last round. A major upset. I mean, that's more than 100-point difference. So AIM, win, and then draw with Ruslan Bear, and a minor upset draw. Getting second place, that's impressive. Kelly M with third. I thought that they played really well. This last game was some kind of, what is that, a Caro Kann? Final game. It was a Caro Kann? No, it was E5 against Scandinavian. terrible. That's terrible. That's like the coffee house taxi driver attack. Oh, you went to offer a draw and you mistakenly resigned. Okay, that explains it. Okay, yeah. Coffee house driver. Yeah, this is the taxi driver. Every taxi driver in like Ljubljana plays this with white. Yeah. Yeah, that's silly. Okay, so you accidentally resigned. It didn't matter though, because you were gonna finish behind. They needed a draw. So second place there, third place for Kelly. Redusa got fourth, playing a far more aggressive, wild style. Ruslan with 4 had a good result, only losing 2 games. Acerbate with 6th place, 5th place, Ruslan 6th place, Acerbate. Acerbate got a forfeit win, and he got a legit win against Jim DeWitt. So Acerbate, congratulations on 6th place, not bad. Coach, the mysterious coach, all decisive games. For someone who's so solid, it's strange that he has no draws. Trip chance left early. Jim is new here. Scored 2.5. Stefano playing too fast as always. Guys, today's Wednesday, so tomorrow night is our analysis stream, and these 2 streams are back to back. So if you'd like to bring in a game and analyze the Mysterious Coach 100. I've been ranting about this for a while. That account is very strange. It's too good to be to 1700. You know, very weird. Kasparan has swallowed. I recognize that name from before. No relation to Catamaran. Luke L, thanks for playing. Title Hunter is gone. Impure King also has left the building. Miles only played one game and won against Smernster. Thanks everyone for joining us. Asterbate. 3 points, tiebreak, 7.5. Performance 1985. Yeah, Asterbate is suspicious too. 3 points at that rating, unbelievable. He had a full point bye, a forfeit win against Impure King. By the way, that's a classy move by Impure King. Not to withdraw and forfeit. Nice job. That was not the last round. The second to last round. Impure King just left. Anyway, guys, I'm kind of tired. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to grab some dinner. Didn't eat dinner tonight. It's been a busy day. I will be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is analysis stream. Nefedov, you're welcome to submit a game. You never submit games anymore. Mr. Coffee as well. Thanks to the raids today. And I'll see you guys Thursday night. And have a great evening. Congratulations to me and to AIM